My hat! I'm going to go ahead and get started with bag 4, step 1, which is the only step for bag 4. This would be the rear arms. So one of the nice things, I've already gone ahead, make sure that you ream everything and you sand everything. The nice thing is the blocks, these are aluminum blocks. So your C block and D block, they are aluminum, which is very nice. Team Associated, the kits are quality, it's just the manual that I complain about. But here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and take this block here, and this block, so if you notice the two of them, this one's more of a square shape in a way, this one has this curve. This is your C block, so it's just A, B, C, D. That's really all it means. Now I'm going to go ahead and so cut all of these out, and what you're going to notice on them, I'm not sure if the camera will point them out, is they will have a number, for example, a 1 or a 0.5, 1, or just a dot. If it's just a dot, a 0, that just means it's centered. Now, depending on where the dot is, that's where the offset's going to be. So this one has the dot all the way up here. If the dot were off at an angle, that's where it would be, and then you could just flip it depending on what position you want this in. For this, I'm going to go center out 1 in the rear, and I'm going to go just center in the front. So on my C blocks, I'm going to go ahead and put these with just a dot. If I can slide it in, what's going on? There we go, a tight fit. So notice it's centered, there's no offset, it's just the dot. Here we go, so we'll try that. And then on the D block, let's see, so they go in through here, and then this will sit here. I'm going to use the other ones. Now this should go here, and then the bumper slides under. So this little section, this is where the rear bumper, it's just not on this bag, slides under here, and then it screws on. So I'm not really sure why we're doing this step. Oh, here it is. I was thinking short course. Short course has a big bumper. So this piece of plastic is going to go here, and it's going to sit like this. Notice that little channel there. And I'm going to go ahead and put the ones in here. I'm going to put them toward the outside for now. I'm going to try it out, see if it works. If not, I'll change them. But let me go ahead and slide that in. And let me make sure I have the correct orientation. And I will go ahead and slide this in. Here we go. All right. Just like that. I may change it up and make it narrower in the rear. Well, it depends on how much steering I have. If I have too much steering, but not enough traction in the rear. If I have not enough traction in the rear, I'll probably shorten the rear. If I have too much traction in the rear, I'll probably widen it. So we will see. We will see. Great. So now the next step. So I have my 2 little countersunk screws right here. These will be a 2mm driver. So I do need to apply a little thread lock compound. There we go. And these screws are going to be for the C block. So it keys in here, and then let me just put that. So notice it's going to key in those little holes, and then you just put the screws in here. Oops, missed. And snug is all you need. Do not over tighten anything. All right, and that is that for the block. This will go in here. Now I think I'm gonna go with the long wheelbase, and then I'll try it out, see how it works. So I'm gonna put the spacers on the inside, although here it's telling me to go on the outside. I'll figure that later. If I need it to be more nimble while turning, then I'll switch them. But the important thing is the orientation of the arms. So if you look at the arms, we have the arms right in here. And for these, notice those little balls. So those are for the sway bar, so do not cut those off. Now the rear arms, there is no left or right. These are interchangeable, so they are mirror images of each other, with the exception of this. It all depends. So on this kit, you can actually mount the shocks in the front, or you can mount them in the rear. It's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and mount them in the front. So for that reason, this one's going to be my left, this one's going to be my right. And that's the way they're going to be. Now you have these screws here, and to notice you can have a 1.5 millimeter driver go in here. These will go right in one of these two, so you have to pick which one. Now here I see an ABC, but there's only 2 holes. So I'm not exactly sure where on earth they're getting the third one, unless it's for an optional arm or they're telling me to drill it. No clue. Well, let me go ahead and just start this off. And I'm going to go ahead and drive it. Now, there, I've hit the limit. Don't over tighten this. It'll stick out about this much. So you'll see how the shock mounts later on a different page. After this, it actually skips to the rear differential for some reason. I mean, I guess shocks can just be built at the end. So I'll go ahead and drive this one in. And that's it. All right, we have the arms. So now this one will just slide in here. That one slide in there, and notice how freely they fall. And then these will simply go in here, but I cannot attach them yet because I need the transmission. Just now that I think about it, sort of makes sense why I have to do this. This is too much of an angle. I'm not liking this. I think I'm going to, I mean, I can make it go in, but I don't want to. All right, well, off camera, I'm gonna switch out these rear ones. I think that's too much. But again, this is the bumper. This would just slide in here, and that would be it. You just need to make sure this is tight, but I'm gonna swap those out. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment below. I'll catch you in the next one. Please subscribe if you have not.
What? Oh, my hair! My tongue! My rod!